Hey guys, so I haven't made a video in like 6 months, um, which I mean I only have like 4 subscribers, so it's not a big deal. I'm making this video basically, you know, just for myself, kind of. uh, Maybe there's somebody out there that might get a little enjoyment out of it, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I haven't been making videos, even though I really want to. I really enjoy it. It's something I would really like to pursue further if I ever get the chance. I don't really know what kind of content I want to actually be making, but I guess I'm just going to tell you a little story. So I'm only 22 years old. I graduated high school in 2013, and immediately after high school, my parents, they started having really bad health problems, and I didn't have time to go to college, or the money for that matter. So I instantly started looking for a job, and after a few months of searching, I finally got a job at Walmart, and let's just say it's not the best place to work. It's not some place you want to work. I worked there for 2 years, and I was pretty miserable the entire time. It's not a fun place to work. I started out as an overnight stalker, and I was only like 19 at the time, and that was really hard on me because being a 19-year-old girl working overnights, it's really hard. Like, adjusting to that sleep schedule. I wasn't able to see or hang out with any of my friends. I had to sleep during the day, and it was especially hard during Christmas time because through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I didn't sleep at all just so I could participate in Christmas with my family. It got old really fast, and I wasn't doing too well at it. I guess I wasn't fast enough stalking than all the other 40-year-old men. I was like the only young girl, and so eventually I tried to talk to my managers to get on to days, and the only opening that they could give me was a cashier. And let me just say, cashiering was probably one of the most miserable things I've ever done in my life. Cashiering at Walmart, it's a hassle, especially because they have all their ad matching, and they put so much pressure on you to check ads and coupons, and you could literally lose your job over that kind of stuff. It's super stressful, and the people are not nice, and they throw fits, and they'll start cussing at you, and I was a super shy, quiet girl, and I even had a hard time calling people out when they were lying to me about these ads, and I would always have to get my manager to come help me, and it was so strange to have a 50-year-old dude screaming at me because he couldn't get his milk $1 off or something. And I just couldn't stand it. I would come home from work every day crying my eyes out. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be like, well, I'd rather be dead than go to work today. So I ended up calling in a lot. I'm surprised they didn't fire me. And all my paychecks, of course, always had to go towards my parents because my dad had to quit working. Eventually, though, I was able to move out of my parents' house with my fiance. He's at work right now. If you're wondering, he's currently a pizza delivery guy at Domino's. And so I was eventually able to move over to apparel, which I really kind of preferred over everything else I had done there. It wasn't so stressful. I was really just me by myself folding clothes all day. There were a few things I didn't really care for, and then they started making us do other things, going to other people's departments, making us go to grocery all the time, and I ended up becoming bored and miserable with that too, and then eventually they promoted me to working in jewelry, and I worked there for a few months. I liked it a lot at first, but then just over time I got bored with that too. It's all the same thing with the same customers treating you the same way, and I could make an entire video in itself just talking about how horrible customers are, especially to the workers at Walmart. It's never the cashier's fault. Like, we have rules we have to follow, and people just can't get that through their thick skull. I wish everybody could, like, work in retail. Then they would understand. Like, it's just so much pressure. Eventually, I just got really, like, dull to it all, and it didn't bother me anymore. And I still called in a lot, which you can't really do because there was only like 3 of us that worked in jewelry. And then eventually I got a manager over me, and she was not nice at all. She was just so a bitter old woman. And I asked for 2 days off, like 3 months ahead in time. And she kept ignoring me every time I would, like, meet up with her. Like, I would pass her by and I'd be like, oh, later today when you get the chance, can we talk about something? Like, I requested in the computer for these 2 days off. And then she'd be like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll come get you later. And then she never would, and she would always brush me off. And then, like, I'm just gonna say, I asked for those 2 days off to go to Comic-Con, and I was really excited for it. I had already bought my tickets. I already had, like, my costume. We were going for 2 days. We were gonna be, like, it was kind of a drive to get there, so we were gonna have to stay at a hotel and everything. And it eventually got to, like, it was gonna be a week away, and then I spent, like, 40 minutes trying to track her down and ask her about it, and then she just looked me in the face and she was like, no, you can't have those days off. And then she said to me, you work when we dictate that you work, not when you want to work. And I was like, I've been here 2 years. I've done so much. I've worked, like, 10-hour days on holidays, and then you have to work there, like, 6 months before you even get, like, holiday and overtime pay, and I didn't know that until after I had already put in a bunch of hours and stuff. And then, so I was like, okay, yeah. And then when it came time for the con, I called in and quit the day before, and they were like, well, you need to, like, talk to a manager. And I was like, I'm not talking to her. and I never contacted them back. And I felt like that was going to be really bad, because I felt like if I tried to get another job, they would, like, give me, like, a bad reference or something. And it just got really stressful. And my fiance had also at the time been working at the same Walmart, and then he ended up quitting around the same time because they didn't approve him for those days off either. And so we both didn't have a job. We were living with his parents, and we were trying really hard to find a job. And I was putting in applications for everywhere. It was just, I felt like I would finally be able to, like, enjoy time off, not having to work, because I had worked straight out of high school. And I couldn't, because I was so stressed out about finding another job. I felt like maybe I should have started looking before I quit. And so I eventually put in an application for a small little Sprint store right across the street. And then a day later they called me, and I was really certain that they weren't going to hire me, because there was only a few people that worked there, and they had all worked there for such a long time. And they called me in, and they were like, can you come in for, like, an interview later today? And I was like, sure. And so I went in, and she practically hired me on the spot. And I guess it's because I had 2 years of experience in retail, and I graduated high school. So they hired me, and I've been working there since February. And at first I really loved it. Like, I like technology. Working with phones is really great, but we're like a service and repair store, so we have to, like, actually work and take apart people's phones. But recently it's been getting really stressful, and again with customer service, I'm starting to think maybe I'm the kind of person that just gets bored with things very easily. I don't think I'm going to quit my job, because I make a lot more money than I did at Walmart, and Walmart was just a nightmare. And anybody that works at Walmart, I really highly recommend trying to find another job if at all possible. I know sometimes it's really hard, but one of my best friends is also works at a Walmart, and she can't find another job. So, I mean, I guess money is money, but I guess that's why I haven't been active online, as if anybody cares. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I really do enjoy my job now at Sprint. It's really fun. There's only 4 of us, and from now on, I'm only ever going to try to work at small places like that, because Walmart, it's so big, you don't even have your own identity. It's like nobody cares, and I don't know. I've gotten really close with the people that work there, and then plus I'm able to make commission off of my sales. And so, yeah, I'm working really hard. I mean, just the other day I worked a 12-hour shift. I've worked the past 7 days because we're having a lot of drama at the store, and my manager's actually leaving for another job, so there's only going to be 3 of us. But I don't know. That's just a little bit about my life. I'll try to start uploading better videos, maybe some more game videos. I'm not really entirely sure. Maybe I won't upload videos at all. I guess we'll just see when I feel like it. I mean, that's the freedom of the internet. You do things when you want to. You don't have to feel obligated to do things like you are at your jobs. Well, I guess I'll end it there. I've been ranting for a while. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope if you work at Walmart, you understand my pains. It's not a fun place. Alright. Later.